welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, it's been a minute, but I really got inspired finally. And I got inspired to do this reading. And this pick a card reading is going to be about the legacies that you leave behind in people. And I felt like this was an important reading because, we all find ourselves in states where we feel as though we're not special, we don't matter, we don't really have no special print that we leave on the world or that we leave on people in the daily lives, and we just think of ourselves as such unimportant people. So I felt like this reading was very important and very inspirational to remind you of how special you really are, and that your soul and your energy does leave impressions on people around you, people that you just met, friends that you haven't been friends with in a long time, childhood friends, anything. And just this reading is really just to remind you that you are special, you do matter, and for you to see the bigger picture of yourself and who you are and how you do actually influence things around you. So this pick a card reading is leaving your, what legacies that you leave behind in people. Could be anything from you inspired somebody to, put mustard and ketchup on a hot dog, or you influence someone to write a certain way, or maybe you have influenced someone to be kind to other people and do this one little favor because they seen you do it and they seen how people reacted to you, so they started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that is going to be shared through each pile of this reading. So I wanted to go into a little bit of depth and on each reading on how you influence people and what you do to inspire people. So take a breath. Pick a card that stands out to you, got 1 through 4, and we're going to get into the reading. So starting off, this is going to be pile 1, and this reading is going to be about what legacies that you leave behind in people. And if you skipped the intro, this reading is going to be about, how you influence other people around you and little things that you leave behind in people. For example, you might inspire someone to do a certain favor that you usually do, and they seen you do it, so now they're inspired to do it because they like the results or they like how people responded to you, so now you left that little legacy in them to continue. Little things like that. So in this reading, we're going to see, what are the little legacies that you leave behind and the things that you influence, with people around you. Could be friends, could be old friends you haven't seen in years or anything like that. So have your mind be open. This can be to anybody. This is what your soul, your energy usually influences people around you, and this is really to remind you how special you truly are. All right, so the first one would be communal living and prosecution and inquisition. So hold on, let me get the full picture. We have child's love, and then we have a father's love. Okay. And then I shuffled, I pre-shuffled all these cards. Yep. Motivation, stars for guidance, and resilience. And then we have love begins and fertility. So it looks as though you have a way of, the first thing that comes to me is you have a way of really nurturing people. So let's say friend, family, whatever, you influence other people to be nurturers. You leave behind people to maybe nurture different things in their lives or care about certain things that they didn't before. Or you may influence or inspire people to nurture their dreams, nurture other people in their lives. You could be influencing people in that way. You also could be influencing people to be resilient. They might see you being resilient, so they're like, wow, this person's really strong, she's really resilient, so let me go do that and be that in my life too. Let me try to practice being resilient. Also, the father's love and the child's love to me just rings like nurturing and loving and being more loving to others and being more loving to yourself. So you could really influence people in a way to where they feel they might take a step back and feel like, okay, let me be more loving to, my community, even maybe be more loving to my enemies, like we have the love begins, the fertility, like, you might inspire people to, be loving even in the face of opposition. The whole never give up and the resilience, you really inspire people to never give up on their dreams, to never give up their goals or whatever hardships they're going through, and to just keep pressing through. I think maybe people watch you do that, and so they felt inspired and they're like, yep, let me keep going. Let me keep pushing. Somehow I'm getting like a story where it's like, maybe you had like a childhood friend who watched you not give up doing something, like a dream or a goal or like some sort of activity, and they seen the way that you didn't give up on it and you ended up winning or getting a good favor or a good outcome in the end. So it inspired them to do just like you and not give up and keep pushing ahead and keep going. So you could really leave your imprint on people like that. Also, I'm getting for the child's love or whatever, you could really be inspiring people to be better parents, to be more loving and caring to their children. People could look at you and how you are with your family, and they're inspired to like recreate that and be that way with their family. So that could be another thing that you're leaving in people, those impressions you're leaving for the people around you. I also, with this card, I got this into, you might be into rainbows and you might be like one of those people who catch rainbows every time, and you could be having friends with you that you get them into rainbows, you get them into, noticing rainbows around them, things like that, like little small things you could be doing too. I'm seeing plants, so you could also be inspiring your friends to get more into plants, like buy plants, raise plants, because of these trees and stuff. You could be inspiring your friends to get more into greenery and taking care of plants and things like that. So that could be one little thing you could be leaving off on people, like a friend could not be into plants, and then all of a sudden you come along and you show them, it's really cool, I do this and this, and my home looks like this with the plants and all that stuff, and you could really inspire them and get them into that. So that could be one little thing too that you could be leaving off, a legacy you could be leaving off in other people. So did I have another one? I sure did. Wow, that snuck in there. I didn't even know about that. A mother's love. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time, holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you of that special bond of love that can never be broken. That's the theme within your cards, is about love. Child's love, a mother's love, a father's love. You could really be teaching people what love really is and what it looks like and what it feels like. You could really be leaving that behind on people. Like, people might be confused about like, what love is, and then people could like be your friend or be like, an interpersonal relationship with you, and they could really come away feeling like, wow, like I know really what love is because of this person, or now I fully understand love because of the love, you've shown them or you've showed them, So I think that's really a theme here with love. Like, I think you really help people understand love and know what love feels like. So that could really be something to let me see if I'm picking up anything else. Nope, I'm not. I think that's it. That's all I'm really picking up from that. So yeah, this is how you inspire people. These are the things you leave behind on people, their impression. This is what people take away from you and go out into the world and implement, So these are your things. I hope that this inspired you. I hope that this made you feel better, made you feel special, because you are. And anytime you don't feel special, you don't feel like you mean anything to this world, come back to this reading. Okay? All right. So pile number 1, I hope that you have a great day, night, whatever you're having, and happy holidays to you. Bye. All right. So this is for my group 2s. If you skip the intro, this reading is going to be about the legacies that you leave behind in people. This is going to be about how you influence people around you, how you, like the bigger picture of your energy, your soul, the things that you teach other people, what they may implement in their own lives, different things like that. For like example, something like hey, maybe you influence a childhood friend to put ketchup and mustard on their hot dog, anything like that, Be open-minded. You could be influencing loved ones, friends, family, people you haven't seen in a long time, co-workers, anybody. Keep an open mind about it. So I'm just going to lay the cards out and get a big picture, and then I'm going to go into my reading. You got globe, traffic cone, not in relationships. Okay. Breathe, and then all right, so possibility. So let's start from this card. So with possibility, you could be inspiring people to open up their minds and really see the possibility in things. So they could be looking at you or interacting with you or talking to you, and you could really be influencing people to like really open up their minds and really see the possibilities to everything around them. You could also be influencing people to travel, getting people to see, traveling isn't so bad. They could be looking at you thinking, wow, she travels a lot. She seems to be having a good time. She gets positive, or he or she, I'm sorry, I don't know who my viewers are, he or she or whatever. I could be watching this person travel and have good outcomes and fun. Let me do this too. You could be inspiring people to travel also. And you could be inspiring people to look at more possibilities for themselves. You also could be you could be teaching people about, it's okay to have caution in your life around things. You could be teaching people about caution, or you could be teaching people to be more self-aware and cautious to how they're coming off on other people. You could be one of those people where, people learn like, okay, boundaries and limits, Also with not and relationships, people could be coming away from you learning how to have better relationships with people, learning to have more intimate and loving relationships with people, because you have this mother card, so that could be the energy that people pick up from you and mimic. Like they see you being nurturing and loving like a mother, and they're like, "Ooh, I want that trait too," or "I want that, so let me go and be that way to people around me also." They see that with spirituality and religion, I'm going to say they kind of see that you're a free spirit, or you could be a person where, you know, you're really into spirituality and you kind of in stubble ways, or maybe in very obvious ways, you know, kind of like show people or teach people that. Yeah, because like how the mother is showing her children, hey, you know, this is that. So you could be really, or even religion, you could be showing people your religion or teaching people your religion, and they could be coming away very influenced by that, like keeping that in mind and being inspired and maybe going into spirituality or religion, whichever one they feel inspired. Okay, so for breathe, you could be really teaching people how to, or influencing them how to, you know, just take a breath and really reflect on their life, or to slow down and really look at their life. You could be like one of those. You can also be affecting people and teaching people the power of belief. People could be watching you and seeing like how you maneuver through life through belief alone, and they feel inspired by that, and they're like, let me do what this person is doing, you know. And it goes in congruence with this global possibility card. You really open people's mind to what is possible and what is impossible, you know. So people really come away being, you know, inspired or influenced with the idea of like, yeah, let me stop thinking that this is impossible. It's possible. She or he is doing that, you know, or them or they are doing that. So, you know, things like that. And it says, embrace the moment. You really teach people how to, like I said with the breath card, sit down and really just embrace life and embrace the moment and be in the moment. People really come away after interacting with you learning like, wow, I really do need to slow down and just embrace the moment and just really, really, really enjoy the things around me and what's going on around me. Yeah, you bring a lot of positivity to people. Financial material changes. I think people really see or feel inspired by you that, you know, like kind of like the rag to riches story, like where, you know, they're not doing that great, but then they can see through belief and being positive and changing their ideas of what's impossible to possible, and they can see that, hey, with that mindset, I can change my surroundings, I could change my financials, my materials, I could change my whole life, you know, off of just changing my belief in something, you know. So that really, you really inspire them with that. You really make them look like, you know, you really make them see, okay, yeah, like with this sacral card, yeah, like you really give them confidence. You really inspire them to keep going. You really inspire them to say, okay, my foundations, my achievements is not impossible. I could totally go for this. I can totally do this, you know. So you really inspire people to go for their goals, to change their mindsets about something, you know, whatever they felt like was impossible. You help change their mindset to it being possible. You really inspire people to slow down and to really look at their lives and just enjoy the moment and just reflect and take a breath. You really inspire people to have better relationships with each other. And and like you just really influence people in that way. You influence people to want to travel the world and see the world, you know, and not have fear about seeing the world. Let me see if I'm picking up anything else. You could have influenced somebody's handwriting. You also could have influenced people to have better relationships with their own family. You could have also inspired a certain interior decor style. You could have influenced that too. Seeing rainbows again. So you could actually be like for example, you could be like with friends, and your friends know you're into rainbows, and you could be influencing them to, recognize rainbows, or, recognize certain things in the sky. So that could be something little and small. And yeah, I think that is all I am picking up from the cards. Yeah, so truly, I think this is it. Wraps it up. This is all I have. So yeah, I hope that this has made you feel special, has inspired you, has made you get a bigger picture on yourself. Anytime that you're feeling low, you're feeling insignificant, that you're not special, please come back to this reading and remind yourself how special you truly are, and that you are influential to people and those around you that you come into contact with. All right. Okay, I hope that you have a great evening, day, whatever you're having, and have happy holidays. Bye, Pal 2. So, this is going to be for my Pal 3. This reading, if you skipped the intro, this reading is going to be about the legacies you leave with people. And basically, the reading is about how you, your soul, your energy influence people and the relationships and things around you. And I just wanted to do this reading to give you a bigger perspective on how important you really are and how special you are. So, like, for an example, just a small example, where you might be influencing someone that you don't even realize, where you could be influencing someone that was never into plants, right? Never into growing plants, but that person spent time with you and you show them like how cool plants are and how you grew this one and this, that, and the other, and the person thought it was cool, so they took it upon themselves in their lives to purchase a plant and start growing it themselves and getting into growing plants also, or maybe something as simple as, hey, you like a certain flower and you grew this flower and they thought that was cool, so they in turn started to like this flower too, and been liking flowers for years just because off of how you inspire them and your love for it, something as simple as that, like how you affect people like that. So Pal 3, let me get all your cards out and then I can get the bigger picture here. Alright, so it looks as though, let me start from the butterfly. It looks as though you inspire people to be better versions of themselves, to change, to be better than what they are. The butterflies and the metamorphosis is, changing from an old self into a new self. So you inspire change in people. I think people look at you and see how you've personally changed through the years from an old version into a better and new version, or just a completely different person, and they see that and they get inspired by it, and they also want to change themselves. So you inspire change. You inspire achievement. People look at you achieve things, people see the things you achieved in your life, and they're like, wow, I feel like I can do that too from watching this person, or being friends with this person, like, wow, I feel like, I can get on my grind too and achieve also. So you inspire people to achieve their dreams, essentially. And then for feather messages, I feel as though it's not particular like an influence or people get from you, or they could, but I feel like you say certain things in conversations and give people aha moments, or you give people that light to turn on, like some things, or you might give people messages that they really needed to hear, when people come away from you like feeling inspired, or got that light bulb moment or that aha moment from you, and that inspires the catalyst to change, inspires them to achieve certain things, and who knows, people could be taking the messages that you give them and giving that same advice to other people. People might take what you said to them and then turn around and giving that to other people and inspiring those people. Do you see the chain effect? They're taking your wise words and then giving that wisdom to other people, and this chain effect. Those people could be giving those wise words to another person and another person, and it's like you inspire a chain effect like that. Also with angels, I feel like it's more of the qualities that we know angels possess, which is kindness, compassion, help. You inspire people to be that. You inspire people to be kindness, be passionate, to help the less fortunate, food and hunger. Yeah, you could be really inspiring people to do kind deeds and treat strangers and people less fortunate with kindness and compassion and love, and doing kind favors for people. You could really, really be inspiring people to do that, hanging out with you, being around you. Also, with this, we got the self-love card. You could be really inspiring people to love themselves enough to change, and you could be inspiring self-love. You could be teaching people self-love and how to love themselves. You could really be doing that for people, and in turn, people are probably taking that and using that to help other people love themselves, Then we have receive. Yes, as you are a kind, loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. And you could be inspiring that in other people, to give and receive graciously, with thankfulness. You could be really inspiring people how to do that. But yeah, it all goes with that, like just inspiring people to be kind to the less fortunate and be loving towards others, and to be caring towards others, to reach out and say, hey, you're all right, you're okay, to check in on others. You could really be that person to inspire that light. Like a friend could hang around you and be like, wow, I really like this quality in this person, like how they always reach out. Like maybe I should reach out to my friends more and check in on them and see if they're okay too. Like that, like that's the kind of chain effect you're having on people to get the bigger picture. Also, the power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy. Sorry if you hear my neighbors. Oh, sorry if you hear my neighbors. The power of spirit exists in all things. Everything is made of energy, and every single thing in your physical world contains a fragment of spirit, including you. We are all one with spirit and always will be connected to one another. So I really feel like people look at you and they see that you're spiritual, and they get inspired by that. Like they see something really good and light in you, and they like that quality, and they're inspired to try to get that quality themselves, and they're inspired to influence other people to have those qualities also. Wisdom, you give people wisdom. Like I said, that chain effect. You give the people the wisdom, the people take that wisdom and spread it to other people. So you definitely give wisdom. The waiting game. I feel like this is more patience. You teach people how to be patient with things in their life, to be okay with waiting for things to come. I really feel like you influence people to really be patient with themselves and with the world around them. And I also feel like you influence people, like movement, choices, decisions. You really influence and inspire people to be better versions, to make better decisions in their life, to make better choices, to choose a better response to something. Like with that wisdom card, you really help them and inspire them to make much more wise choices in their lives. You are influential in that way. You could also be inspiring your friends to get into crystals. People probably, or your friends or family or whatever, probably didn't understand crystals, but probably being around you, talking with you, now they probably understand crystals. You probably inspire people to like butterflies. You probably inspire people to pay attention or like feathers. You might also inspire people to pay attention to angel numbers, angel signs, little synchronicities with angels. You could also be getting people into plants. You got pottery, you got plants, into growing plants, things like that. Or it could be getting people into nature. I see a dog here, so you might inspire people to love on animals or like dogs, or they might see you interacting with your dog and think, oh, dogs ain't bad, I want one for myself. You could be inspiring that. Let's see, what else do I see? Yeah, I think that's it. I think the food and hunger was tied to having people have a different outlook on poverty, and the less fortunate. I think that you help people look at them with more compassion. So yeah, that is your influence on people in the world around you. So I hope this made you feel special. I also hope that if you feel down and you feel like you don't matter, and you're just a one little dot in the whole world, and your opinion and your influence don't matter, come back to this reading and remind yourself, like, this is how you matter. This is what makes you special. This is your imprint. This is your energy that you leave on other people and other souls and inspire them to be better. So take that with you, girl. Take that with you, guy. Everyone. And have a blessed day, evening, and happy holidays to all. And that is it, Pal 3. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Alright. This is for my people for Pal 4. I'm apologize in advance. You're probably going to hear my noisy neighbors. I had no choice but to film this right now. So yeah. Pal 4. If you skip the intro, let me explain the reading. So the reading is going to be about how you influence others and how you positively, influence and leave your mark on people, and how do you do it, and what is those marks exactly? What are those things? This is you leaving your legacy on other people and how you do those things. For example, it could be something as small as, people might not know what crystals are, might not be into crystals, but you are, and people could see that you are, and you could be educating them on crystals and how they work, and then they might think, oh, you know what, it seems to be beneficial for this person, it seems to be bringing them peace, so yeah, let me try this crystal thing out, and they could try and they could love it and fall in love with crystals and then share that knowledge with everybody else. Something as simple as that. Keep your mind open. This could be how you influence friends, family, co-workers, anything. So let me get these cards out, get a bigger picture, and then I will get into how you influence people. So Let's see. All right. So let's start with here. Yield, patience. You could be teaching people to have patience with things in their lives. These things could be decisions, wishes that won't come fast enough, could be, things that they want to happen right now but not happening fast enough. You could really be teaching people to have even patience with themselves, just patience in general. You teach and influence people to have patience and go with the flow. You also teach and influence people to embrace fun and to have fun and put more fun into their lives. You could also be giving the people gifts of bringing them fun into their lives and teaching them like it's okay to have fun in your life. Everything doesn't have to be serious. You have to take everything so seriously. So that could be something too. Yin and yang balance. You could be also influencing people to get more balance in their lives. You could be really, for example, with the balance, people can really see you having balance in your life and how you know how to have the work and life balance, or the serious and fun balance, and people could see that duality in you and how you balance that out. And you could be inspiring people to know how to regulate that and regulate themselves, and I see her do it and she does such a great job. I could do this too. And you could be really inspiring people to do that, with their lives and their selves. Trees and priestess. So high priestess, I feel like you give people a certain amount of wisdom, and you also help people to appreciate nature. You could be really showing people how to appreciate nature and trees and love on nature. And you could also be giving them the gift of wisdom, and they could take your wisdom and use that wisdom with other people. It's like a chain effect, like how you influence people. They could see you. I want to say they can really see how you work your wisdom with life, like how you apply it to your life, and it inspires them to do the same thing too. Up here we have vulnerability. You teach people how to be vulnerable, that it's okay to be vulnerable. And you also teach people how not to be afraid of the unknown. It's okay to be afraid of the unknown. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to say I don't know. You could be really teaching people that they don't got to be right all the time. They don't have to know everything all the time. It's okay. We're just human. So you could really be teaching people that powerful lesson. And you could really be doing them a favor as of them to not be so hard on themselves and to take a break on themselves too. You could really be teaching people to really notice and look at the synchronicities in life. You could really be opening up people's eyes and teaching them about what synchronicities are and what they mean, and you could be really, for example, you can have a friend and you keep pointing out, oh, I'm seeing this number over and over again, and this is the angel numbers, and da-da-da-da, and that friend could be okay, never knew that, but they find themselves researching it and getting into synchronicities too, you could be inspiring that also. You also have another card where it says you're not alone. You could really be inspiring people to be there for other people. And you could also be really leaving your imprint on people to where you are inspiring or influencing their mindset to be okay, I'm not alone. Everybody else around me is also suffering too, or also don't know the answers to the question also, that they're not, alone in certain things. So you could be really, really like, inspiring those things too. You could really be letting people know that they're not alone and that you're there for them. And in turn, they might be like, well, I really love this trait in this person, that they're really there for me and they check in on me. Let me do this for my other friends too. Let me see if I can check on my other friends too and be like this person. It could. And then like you never know, like life works out so weirdly. Like this person could learn how to check on other people, and this person can have a friend that was like, the S word and checked in on them and could have saved their life because they checked in on them. You know what I'm saying? Like life is kind of like that. Also, trapped in fear, you really help people not be so afraid and not be so trapped in fear and so trapped in their own mindset. It goes to the whole thing, like you're not alone in vulnerabilities and things like that. You help people get out of this space right here, and you inspire people to get other people out of this space. Memories of love. Yeah, I got love and light card for you. The love and light, you really help people to see the brighter side of life. You really help people come to the light and not take life so seriously and have fun, that they don't have to be trapped in their head and the darkness. You really pull them out. You really give them that wisdom. You really help them to get out of the seriousness and the darkness of life. And in turn, you inspire them to do that for others. Let's see, what else am I getting? You probably inspired someone to like flamingos. You probably inspired someone to like birds, or somebody might think about pink flamingos and think about you. You could be leaving that mark, that legacy. You could inspire to get somebody into like, Buddhism or Tai Chi or something like that, or get more into, you could inspire somebody to get more like into jewelry or necklaces, or, they could have been influenced like that. Like you might like jewelry and necklaces and they're like, oh, I'm not really into it, but her jewelry is cool, so let me get a couple of pieces, something like that. You could be inspiring somebody to like candles. You could have liked a Pacific candle and somebody thought, oh yeah, this candle smells good, I like it, I like the mood it sets, so let me get some candles. You could have been inspiring that. I got 2 candles. Yep, I got a candle here and a candle. Yeah, you could be inspiring people to like candles. Trees, you could be inspiring people to like trees and nature. Got 2 trees there. You could really be inspiring people to love nature and trees. Lakes, ponds, water. This is like got water. Could be inspiring people to like water and go out and really enjoy nature and be by a lake or a pond or parks. You could have been that person where you took your friends, or you and your friends hung out at the park, and probably not friends with that person anymore, but that person takes it upon themselves to go to the park now and enjoy the nature and things like that. You could really be inspiring that in people and influencing people with that. For this light card, you really could be, people could really see the qualities of your light and they like it and they want to take it for themselves and duplicate that. They could really love light attributes about you and try to, add that to their self-worth and their value. Like I said, you could really be teaching people how to really have balance in their life, the work and play balance, and they like that and they inspired by it, so they apply it to their lives and maybe teaching other people to apply it to theirs. So that could also be a way that you influence people around you and things like that. I want to say, I'm getting art. I don't know why art popped up. You could be influencing people to like art, draw art, something with art. you could have liked a certain artist, and then that person started liking that artist because of you. You know, you could have introduced somebody into art, because I got art popping up. But yeah, I think that's all I'm really picking up on. So, yep, that is basically how you influence people. I want to say that anytime you are feeling low, you feel like you don't matter, you feel like, you're not really making a big deal here or impression, or, you're feeling small, or you're not being this big impact on the world or anything like that, please come back to this reading. Come back to this reading and remind yourself that you are special, you are a big deal, and this is how you influence the world, influence people around you, influence friends and family, and really take this in and feel better. All right? So this is it, my Power 4. I hope that you have happy holidays. Have a good day, evening, wherever you are. And may love and light be with you. And I will see everyone in the next video. Bye.